News 2 is continuing to track the case of Marine Captain Glenn Walker, whose correct remains were recently laid to rest in Lebanon. In 2021, Walker's family was notified that remains had been found through DNA, and a different Marine had mistakenly been placed in his grave. Walker's correct remains were eventually laid to rest, but this fall we learned not one, but remains of 3 different Marines had been lying in his place. The military is still working to identify those men. Captain Walker was one of several Tennessee lives lost in the Battle of Tarawa from World War II. News 2's Nikki McGee has more on 2 Marines from Nashville who are still MIA from that battle.
As the Lebanon Marines' remains are now rightfully laid to rest, hope is renewed that other missing Marines from the Battle of Tarawa might also one day return home to Middle Tennessee. For World War II historian Jeffrey Raker with MissingMarines.com, finding these Marines is a personal mission.
I have that hope for all missing, honestly. My great-granduncle was lost on the USS Quincy off Guadalcanal.
As he searches for answers with his uncle's remains, 2 MIAs from Nashville also come to mind. Noah Alvin Cox and Otto Reeder. Private first-class Reeder moved around between Illinois, Missouri, and Maryland, and his parents moved to Nashville sometime around when he went to war.
He went ashore on D-Day on the 20th November. He managed to survive for 2 days. In battle. He was killed also reportedly by a gunshot wound to the head on November 22nd.
Historians believe he was buried at Beach Green Sea Cemetery, the last mass grave site from the Battle of Tarawa yet to be found. Marine Noah Cox, a Hume Fogg High School graduate, also went to fight on D-Day, but his boat was held in reserve right off the shore.
So if you can imagine having to sit in a flat bottom boat in choppy water while everything is exploding all around you and having to put up with that for almost 24 hours. It'll give you a little bit of an idea of what Private First Class Cox had to go through.
After wading onto shore under fire, Cox made it to the island, but later died from a gunshot wound to the head. His remains may be unmarked in the Division Cemetery, but it's not clear if he was indeed found. Nikki McGee, News 2.